Hello everyone, welcome back for some more Let's Read Tsukihime, A Piece of Blue Glass Moon. So, we did last time encounter Honest Mid's Michael himself, who... So here's the thing, I completely forgot that for like the early parts of Tsukihime, he was a mummy. Forgot about that. So instead of doing the mummy man thing, they made it instead be he has his long hair and kind of old design as the mid transformation, and then he gets the short hair that we know of from Type Lumina as his like now that is the Honest Mid's Michael, right? So that happened. Also, we currently have a knife in our chest, and Ciel is bringing us back to the mansion, which this is real curious. I do not remember if this happened or if this is brand new. So we'll see here. Ciel cuts a beeline for the Tono mansion with me in her arms. What does she think she's doing? Doesn't she know how much trouble this'll cause? Buddy, there's a knife in you. There's a knife sticking out of my chest and I'm on death's door. If Akia were to see me like this, she's gonna lose it. Buddy, I think she would want to save you. Shit. I can't make a sound. I want to tell her to stop, but simply breathing takes everything I've got. Sorry, that's kind of my job. Also, that's really good CG. Wow. Okay, I'll say this. I've noticed it in like a couple of the things we've seen of her. She doesn't look like blueberry mash, as some people have said. Blue raspberry, rather. I will say she kind of does in some outfits, specifically her school uniform and stuff. But here, no, like she's very clearly a different design. That said, I do kind of miss a bit of the old hair. You can see a bit of it there. A little bit. What? I was thinking we were going to go to Kohaku, but... Save me. I think it's a little late for that. The knife is plunged deep into my chest. I can't even move my own body anymore. There's not a person on Earth who could save someone this far gone. What are we doing? I don't remember any of this being in the original. I don't understand what you're saying. Okay, I'll say, now that we're getting a good listen to her not as a schoolgirl, this is a very different Ciel voice. I'll need to listen to it a bit more, because I did like in, especially playing the recent Melty Bloods there, Ciel really did have two different voices. She had her true voice, which was deeper and older, and then she had her schoolgirl voice, which was higher pitched. Now, I don't know if they're just keeping it to the schoolgirl one here, but, like, she's still... We'll see, right? Mind you, we're only getting a taste of Ciel. The true stuff with her comes later. What a good image. God, it looks really cool. It looks like little Christmas lights of death. She scolds me with a seriousness I've never seen, which isn't much considering we barely saw her. For some reason, I feel terrible, so I close my eyes. Well, whatever. Either way, it was getting hard to stay awake. I'm gonna sip my tea. Perk me right up. Oh, well. We could have finished that scene then, I guess. Alright. The face of the moon. Ooh. That is the face of the moon. Yeah. Why are we doing the face of the moon? I don't recall that being a chapter title. And again, they might be translated a bit differently too. I've always been a stranger in my family. That's something I've known ever since I was young, from the time I was handed off to the Arimas. But honestly, it's been like that for much longer. It's no mystery why I felt like this. For as long as I can remember, I've been alone. There were people around me who seemed like parents, so I simply tried my best to be their child. My first home was one with old tatami mats, I think. After that, I was taken to a massive mansion for some reason. There was a pair of siblings who were close in age to me when I moved there. We got along pretty well, I think. Though there was always a wall between me and their father. I tried. I did everything I could to fit in. I thought of him as my own parent, even though we weren't related by blood. But all of that was cut short. There was a big accident. After that, I was taken to the hospital. No one came to visit, and my eyes changed. I was by myself to start with, and I ended up alone. Back then, I thought it'd be fine if I just disappeared. At least, until I met that magician. You need a capital M on that, buddy. As beautiful as a clear blue sky. And again, he would not know about the capital M. His inner consciousness would not. Oh, okay, we're in bed. That dream felt familiar somehow. Idly, I voiced my thoughts out loud. Though I can't move a single finger, I can at least talk again. My chest is wrapped up in bandages. Someone must have removed the knife. As my senses return, I slowly realize that I'm back in my room. Have you been here the whole time? I do like the implication that they put us here with our glasses. I bet you on recommendation by Ciel. She's sitting beside the bed, carefully watching over me. Unable to grasp the situation, I simply stare at her. She looks away awkwardly. I can't tell her it was inflicted by the other Shikitono, by Roa. That said, why is Akiha the one looking after me? Wouldn't you normally send someone to a hospital when they've taken a knife to the chest? Her companions? Oh, the church. Akiha nods heavily, her eyes downcast. This is bad. What does she mean by most of it? How much does she know? Can't relax until I find out just how much Ciel told her. Has that ever... I'm trying to think if Ciel has ever stayed in the Tono Mansion. I don't think so. A wretch. Wow. You really do hate white women. A wretch, huh? Aki is even more ruthless than usual. Oh boy. Okay, so you just know. In an almost matter-of-fact tone, she probes the truth without a moment's hesitation. So, I don't remember this popping up so early in the original. Right? I don't recall this being... But that, again, my memories are so tainted by the manga and just the fact that it's been a while since I last played, right? Like it's been a little bit, so who knows, right? Maybe after I get some other videos done, maybe I'll get someone to supercut my original reactions. I think that'd be fun in between the games, but till then, let's just keep going.
聞かなくとも兄さんの容体を見れば一目でわかることですが。
I'm so shocked I can't even force a sound out of my throat. She's talking as if she knew about him from the start.
アキハ、お前、四季のことを。
ええ、知っています。私は全てを承知した上で兄さんを屋敷に呼び戻したんですから。
ちょっと待ってくれ。全てを承知した上ってどういうことだよそれ。俺はまだ正直整理がつかないんだ。子供の頃、俺とアキハの他にもう一人子供がいたのは確かだと思う。そうでないと辻褄が合わないからな。けどそれを聞いたらお前は。
So I guess my only question is, has he put together that he's the adopted one? She told me there was no third child.
それについては謝ります。私、兄さんには嘘ばかりついていました。今回のこともこうなることが分かっていたのに、ずっと嘘をついてごまかしていたんです。
This is like one of my favorite camera angles that you see a lot in like anime and stuff, where it's literally your point of view, you can't look at them in the face, right? And it's usually because the character is untrustworthy or telling that, you know, saying that they've been telling lies. And like, I love this camera angle because it is very evocative of like, I can't even look at you in the face, right? But I hate when you get people who aren't as literate in the genre of like Japanese filmmaking, that they'd be like, where are you looking, buddy? Like, come on, dude, right? Like, it's very clear what it's going for.
じゃあ3人目の子供はいたんだな。
Maybe 4, maybe 5.
けどどうしてあいつは。
Why did he disappear from the mansion 7 years ago? My memories of that time are indistinct. There was a boy my age and we'd often play together. I've recalled that much. Sometimes Akia would join us when she managed to slip away from the old man's watchful eye. But the rest is a total blank. I don't know why the other child disappeared. I don't even know why I forgot his name. A name he shared with me. For whatever reason, I forgot everything.
わからない。覚えていることといえば、それは
what I saw in that forest clearing, that hot summer day, the scene that's been drifting around the back of my mind since I came back to this mansion. Yeah, they're adding more color each time. Wow. Akiha was there, and so was I. And before us was the corpse of a young boy drenched in blood.
死体。
I think back on what the vampire said. Your debt is repaid. A death for a death. Which means...
あの夢は。俺は本当にあいつを。
I killed him, didn't I? That's why he disappeared. And I'd forgotten all about it for the sake of my own convenience.
アキハ、俺は。
いいえ、違います。兄さんは誰も殺してはいません。
I mean, in the past, we killed a vampire.
そう思い込むよう、お父様、当の牧久に言いつけられたんです。
親父 に。
I wonder if we're gonna see him. Not like, I mean, he's obviously dead, but I mean, like, are we gonna actually see a design for him? Because, like, the Tonomaki Hisa that was in my mind was absolutely not the Tonomaki Hisa that then we saw in the manga later. Now I'm more confused than ever. Why would he have wanted to conceal the
そ
truth?
れどういうことだ。秋葉はすべて7年前のこともあの式のことも全部知っているのか。
はい。式のことは兄さんには思い出してほしくなかった。で、けどそれもおしまいですね。
Wow, that's a almost relieved expression.
初めから隠し通すことなんて無理な話だったんです。
Her smile carries a hint of self-mockery. Akia turns straight towards me.
兄さん、
She's still an angle, actually.
遠野の家が特別な血族だということはあの人たちに聞いたでしょう。信じられないでしょうけど、遠野の血は人間以外の血が混ざっているんです。少なくとも私は幼い頃からお父様にそう教えられて育ってきました。
I mean, you're like, you know, it might be difficult to believe, but you can throw heat donuts, so
もちろん
now your face straight
それ
straight
をまっ
on.
とうに信じてはいませんでした。けれど信じざるを得ない出来事が起きてしまった。
Oh, you did do a quarter circle forward, didn't you? And you did the big donut, and you're like, oh, frick, donuts.
それが7年前の兄さんが式に殺された事故です。
I definitely prefer the donuts to some of her other styles. I think the donuts are fun. If you don't know what I'm talking about, pick up Type Lumina. Play as Akiha. She's a lot of fun.
殺されたって。俺が式に。
Oh, and by the way, we will get to Type Lumina's story mode before Red Garden, but not right away, right? Because there's still so much to get through. Akia nods silently. Also, yeah, this is, I mean, again, that would be a moment, but like, yeah, like we knew that from the original. But that doesn't sound right. It should be the other way around. A death for a death, he said. If the bloodied corpse I saw in my memories was the other Shiki, doesn't that mean I'm the one who killed him?
遠野家の人間は個人差はあれど年を取るごとに自分の中の異なる血が増えていきます。この血はあまりいいものではないんです。遠野の血筋に混ざっている異種は人とは違った生存本能を持っている。
It's Oni.
人間らしい部分
It's Oni.
異種の部分は本能、銃声と言えるものです。
I mean, she's kind of, you know, pussyfooting around it. It's Oni, right? And we have two things of evidence for that. One is the Momiji thing, which some people are like, actually, it says it might be. No. It's too clear. The whole thing of, like, oh, it you know, it's unconfirmed. It might not be, you know, they say it's not. Nah, come on. But the other thing, again, is that we have in Fate Samurai Remnant, when the Oni, who is Ushigozen, goes crazy, they call it an inversion impulse. The exact same thing they call it in this game. So yeah, no, it's Oni blood. The question is, like, again, is it Momiji or is it different? I don't know, but I like to believe it. There's too much that connects Akiha and Momiji together that makes it too obvious, right? Like, they have similar designs, the hair turning red, you know. The only thing that's not really represented is the fact that she becomes a T-Rex, but that's just because she picked that because she saw the dragon, right? And she's like, it's a big, powerful dragon, but it's fine, it's fine.
秋葉、それは。
分かってます。にわかには信じられない話でしょうから、今は黙って聞いてください。
She's like, if you think that's wild, strap the frickin' bucko.
けれど、遠野の血筋のものが人として終わってしまうのは年老いてからなんです。 私の兄のように、四季のように幼年期に反転してしまう例なんて今までなかった。
You should put Shiki in quotation in like italics. I don't know how you do that with your mouth, but just try.
遠野の人間が持つ異能にはそれぞれ個人差があるそうです。外見が全く変わらないものがいれば、本当に体の形が変わってしまうものもいる。四季は典型的な後者でした。
後者。体の形が変わるってこと？
はい。なぜ四季があんな幼さで狂ってしまったかはわかりません。
Hi, question. Raising my hand. Could you turn perhaps into a panther? Just wondering.
ただある日、何の前触れもなく反転してしまった。その時四季に襲われたのが兄さん、あなたなんです。
四季が俺に襲いかかった。
An uneasy feeling rises under the skin, an ache tracing the contours of my scar.
その時の場所が、兄さんは四季に胸を貫かれて瀕死の状態でした。そこに父が駆けつけて四季を止めたんです。理性を失っていた四季を止めるには息の根を止めるしかない。遠野家の当主にはそうやって反転してしまった一族のものを処理する義務があります。
You obviously didn't do too good a job then.
ですから兄さんが見た血まみれの式というのは父に処理された後の式ではないでしょうか。
That was after he did like a Li Shuwen 1-inch punch and blasted that child into the tree. The memory still eludes me, just out of reach. It feels like there was something else, something important that I'm forgetting about. If it's about the ribbons, don't worry, that'll be later. And there's one more thing. Somewhere in the mist of hazy memories, I know that I took a life with my own hands. No matter what anyone says, something tells me I took a life there in that forest.
幸い兄さんは奇跡的に一命を取り留めました。あとは兄さんの記憶にある通り、当の式は事故に巻き込まれたと偽証をして病院に運ばれたんです。
I do wonder, okay, again, we know that the hospital is probably under their care. And again, there's hospital stuff, considering we found that other hospital, and what does it mean? But it'd be really funny if they're like, what happened to him? Well, he got in a car accident. Where was it? In a forest, far from any cars. Oh.
私が当主に決まったのはこの一件が原因です。一度でも反転した者は当主には迎え入れられない。
It is kind of confusing, because you might be like, so are they like vampires? It's like, no, they're not. They're not. But kind of.
式は後継ぎではなくなり、
They are, but they're not. Kind like they're not.
父の血を継いでいる
But they
私が
still kind of have parts that make them like it. Don't worry, it's okay. They're not, though. I see. So that's why Akia was saddled with the responsibility of inheriting the... Hold on.
アキラ、それおかしい。だってさ、その反転してしまったのは四季の方だろ。
Yeah, you're just a freak, dude.
俺はそのまともじゃないのか。
Yeah, no, you're just a freak, buddy. Freaky Tono.
驚いた。兄さん、こんな話を信じてくれるんですか？
Oh, Akia, the things I've seen.
あのな、お前がこんな嘘をつくわけがないし、その
You right?
こうい
Literally.
う話には慣れているというか、
Right?
とにかく話の続きだ。アキハが当主に選ばれた理由、俺が有馬の家に預けられた理由を教えてほしい。
簡単です。兄さんにはどうしても遠野家を告げないわけがあった。本当にそんなことさえ忘れてくれていたんですね。
It was forced out of me.
その蜃気楼がずっと続いてくれたらよかったのに。
アキハ。
兄さんは遠野家の人間ではないんです。
So I don't recall this coming up in the original roots. I don't. I thought it only occurred once we got to the like Akiha route. But I again could be wrong. But so that means that anyone picking up like the Red Garden, like they'll know right away, oh, it's not the incest route, right? Now, now the question is does it count as like mental incest? Because like there's people that say like can an adopted brother and sister, unrelated by blood, can they get into a relationship? Biologically, the answer is yeah, that's fine. There's no problems there. But of course, there's people who would say that that is meant. What the frick conversations is this game making me have? Anyways, but there are people who say that that is like mentally, it shouldn't be allowed, right? Because of the mental blockage there. It just sort of like could two twins marry two twins? Because as soon as one twin marries, one of them, then now you're marrying someone who's technically family in that it's your brother or sister-in-law, right? No problems with that whatsoever, but some people would say they can't do that. So at the very least, people getting into Red Garden will come in and know, hey, it's actually an okay thing, which means my comments that I still said last time and still stand by of it being probably the sweetest route is, I stand by that. Although I do say the incest route is the sweetest route just to kind of get people to go, wait, what? And then, if they play it, they go, oh, that's fine then.
ただ父の気まぐれで、私の兄である四季と同じ名前というだけで養子に取られた子供でした。
Honestly, doing it for shits and giggles is the funniest answer for anything. Huh?
兄さんと私、それに四季、私たちは本当の兄弟として育てられました。兄さんと四季はとても仲が良くて、私も幼心に嫉妬するぐらいでした。
Oh, this song gets me.
けれど、四季があんなことになってしまった時に、全てが狂ったんです。
The childish vocalization always kind of freaks me out. It makes me think of Nasu of the Valley of the Wind. Hey, watch that.
お父様は四季を内々に処理した。けれど対外的に遠野家の長男を亡くしてしまうことはできなかった。遠野家は社会的にも地位のある家柄でしょ。だから軽率に跡継ぎである長男がいなくなりましたと周りには知らせられなかった。そこで父は思いついたんです。四季に殺されかけた当の四季を実子として扱い、反転して人間で亡くなった四季を事故で死亡した養子として扱えばいいと。
It's funny because we've seen what young Shiki looks like, and if anyone saw the kids, saw him when he was young, they'd be like, what? That's not the same guy. He looked different, right? But I guess he'd just be like, what are you talking about? My sons always look like that. Pshaw.
その時、
Oh wow, that's a new
兄
expression.
さんと四季は入れ替わったんです。
Wow.
殺された側が生き残って、殺した側が死んでしまった。それが兄さんと四季の関係なんです。
じゃあなんだ。俺は秋葉の兄貴なんかじゃなくて、遠野の人間でもなくて。
I think I've had my own family joke about me being adopted enough that I deeply considered it, and I'm 99% sure it's not the case. Let's say 90. Let's round it to 90. But if it was, I don't feel like I'd be devastated, but I know for some people that would be devastating. And of course, I'm not related to the Arimas either.
俺はどこの誰だって言うんだ。
Will we explore this?
ごめんなさい。 もう誰も
Oh.
その質問には答えられません。
Oh.
兄さんは式
Huh.
という名前をしていた子供はもうどこにもいないんです。
You know what? We did come close to getting an answer to this, and then we died in the room there. So we'll save that for another route.
式という子
Not in
供
this
は
game.
7年前に死んでしまった。それは命としての死ではなく存在としての死です。戸籍も過去も家もその記憶ももうどこにも残ってはいない。
I do think there's something kind of magical about, like, if let's say you were someone who's never played the original Tsukihime and you have no idea, right? And the idea that the answer to this question is like you approach it in this game but you never get to it, right? And it's not like this isn't a type of game that's like a 3D game. There's no way to find out what isn't written. It's a visual novel. The book doesn't actually exist that he picks up. It's all in your head as you read it. Like, the idea that it's just out of reach and no matter what, like, you have to wait to the next game to get it. I think there's something kind of cool about that. I mean, the real answer is just play the original game and you can find out. But I do think just that idea of just the answer is just out of reach, right? It's right there and you try and grab it and it's gone. It's taken away. You don't get the answer. And no matter what you do, there is no way to get it. It's not even in the game. I think that is really cool. I love that idea of just something just out of reach until, you know, the future in this case.
兄さんが党の指揮の代わりになった7年前に全部
Oh.
だから兄さんは有馬の家に預けられたんです。世間体のために遠野家の長男は生きていなくてはならない。けれど本当は血がつながってはいないから後継ぎにはさせられない。お父様は事故で体が弱っていると理由をつけて兄さんを有馬の家に追放した。二度と遠野の家に立ち入らせないようにと残った私に言いつけて。
There's a trembling in her voice, and you could actually hear it. She drops her head, fighting something stirring in her chest. She must feel guilty over what happened to me. But she shouldn't. I don't blame her in the slightest. In fact, I'm incredibly grateful to know that Akia cares for me so deeply. That said, there's something I need to ask her about.
ダメだ。疑問点がまだ2つもある。話を続けてくれ、アキラ。
One,
物事がまだちゃんと解決していないよ。
he's like, one, does the word vampire mean anything to you? No? Okay. Two, what about the church?
まず1つ目。まあ、こっちは別に些細な疑問というか確認なんだけど、俺が遠野の人間じゃないのは分かった。遠野の血が普通と違うのも信じるよ。
He's like, those are fine. I get that.
そうなると、俺の目の説明ができないというか。
Oh?
実は俺も少しだけおかしな体質をしているんだけど。
I don't recall him asking this.
確かに父は気まぐれで養子を取るような人ではありませんでしたから。兄さんを養子に取ったのも何かしら訳があってのことだったのかもしれません。
Did Ciel actually tell you about the
そ
eyes?
うか。まあ、この際自分が何者かなんてことは本当にどうでもいいんだ。そのさ、俺生きてるだけでラッキーだって思うんだ。本当なら死んでいたような傷だったんだろう。ならこうしていられるだけで幸運だよ。
Yeah, that stuff doesn't really matter. There's something else I need to know.
2つ目の疑問。四季はどうして生きてるんだ。
兄さん、
おかしいだろ、あいつが生きているのは。四季は遠野の血に負けて反転とやらをしたんだろう。そうして俺を殺して親父に息の根を止められた。 ならああして生きているはずがない。可能性があるとしたら一つだけだ。俺が一命を
They were
取り留め
both
た
on
ように
Pixel Life, you
あ
know?
いつも一命を取り留めた。
The very end.
いや、もしかすると親父は息の根を止めなかったのかもしれないな。どんなに狂ってしまっても血を分けた自分の息子だ。だから殺せず人目につかないところで養生させていたんじゃないのか。俺が病院に担ぎ込まれたみたいに。
Akia doesn't answer. The fact that she can't lie is both her strength and her weakness. Looks like I was right on the money.
そうか。それで式がまともに戻ったら塔の式として屋敷に呼び戻すつもりだったんだろうな。
そんなことは。
Akia can't bring herself to refute it.
いいんだ。秋葉が悪いわけでもないし親父が悪いわけでもない。
Oh, don't worry. We'll get to the old man's
式
problems
が悪
in...
いわけでもない。
Actually, they might not get to the old man's problems. That might not be allowed. I could actually see them saying, hey, we can't do that. We can't go to his problems. Maybe. I don't know. Nintendo might allow it, but I don't know about Sony at this rate.
原因はさ、本当にたまたまなんだよ。たまたま運が悪くてよその国のイカれたやつが式に入っちまっただけなんだ。本当に悪いものがあるとすればそれは式を狂わせたものだけだ。
Akia remains silent, her head hung low. I guess this is where our conversation ends. To be honest, I didn't want to learn the truth about myself. Right now, I need to meet up with Arquid as soon as I can.
ごめん、少し疲れた。眠るから外に出てくれないか。
はい。兄さんがそう言うのでしたら。
Akia heads for the door.
秋葉、
One question still lingers in my mind.
何ですか兄さん。
ああ。秋葉はどうして俺をこの屋敷に呼んでくれたんだ。俺は本当の兄貴じゃないのに。
そんなバカなこと。私にとって兄さんはあなただけです。今も昔も。兄さんは忘れてしまっただろうけど、子供の頃からずっと当の秋葉にとって兄さんはあなただけなんです。
Hey, could you hit... Oh, she didn't hit the lights on the way out. Okay. So I guess we're gonna have to get up and turn off the lights, I guess. The door opens with a heavy sound, and then she leaves. She didn't turn off the lights. We have to get up and turn them off ourselves. Okay. She's new to this whole doing stuff for others thing, huh? Oh no, we're just in our room? In the light? Like a freak? With Akia gone, I can finally take stock of my own situation. It's just past 10 in the evening. Only 4 hours have passed since that bastard knifed me. My body refuses to budge. It feels like I've turned into a robot, one operated by a remote control that's since been lost. My mind is clear. I don't even feel any pain, yet I can't move my limbs at all. Okay, so here's the thing. This is the view. This first-person view, if the routes are unchanged, or, you know, if there's not many huge changes, this might be what we will see for an entire route in Red Garden. But some people have put forward, and I've seen a few things from people about how they might change the route to maybe not just be like this. But we'll see. We'll see. I expel a deep breath to calm myself. By trying to move an entire armor leg in a single push, I'm only setting myself up for failure. If I want to make this work, I've got to start smaller. I focus my entire being toward the simple act of wiggling my right pinky. Like JoJo Part 3. But if your pinky's making that noise, don't do that. Every ounce of strength is focused in that one tiny finger. Every last fraction of concentration condensed into a single point. It feels like the muscles in my body might rip themselves apart from the exertion. After a few minutes of concentrated effort, I'm completely drenched with sweat, but I managed to twitch my little finger the teeniest bit. Alright, we're good to go. With a loud heave, I released the breath I've been holding. It might have just been one finger, but it's proof I can still move my body. No, it's not, bucko. It doesn't work that way. It's apparently all I need to shake the feeling that I'm some helpless puppet with its strings cut. Now that I remember what the sensation of touch feels like, I can force the motion from my pinky to my ring finger, to my palm. I guess you can move your palm. My elbow, my arm, and my shoulder. The more of my body I reclaim, the more the pain flares. The lack of pain earlier must have been due to my entire body being numb with paralysis, so it makes sense that as I regain control of my nerves, the pain will only grow. A thick sweat gathers on my forehead. I can feel a stabbing pain all throughout my body. But I need to persevere. If I don't regain my senses, I won't be able to leave my room. And if I can't leave my room, then I can't head back to town, to the school, to the place where I can meet Arkwit again. Fighting back the nausea, I forced my torso up. There. I did it. It's probably going to take everything I have just to walk there, but that's fine. It's a miracle I survived after Roa struck me in that point. Asking for more would just be tempting fate. I inspect the spot where the knife penetrated my skin. That's strange. There isn't a single point of death on my chest. Sure enough, my body possesses 2 such points, but neither is anywhere near the place he stabbed me. I'm struck by a calm realization. Of course he didn't stab one of my points of death. If he had, I would have dropped dead on the spot. Even Vlov, an undying monster, is no exception to that rule. So if Shiki had actually stabbed me in one of those spots, someone like me wouldn't have had a chance. As I ponder the situation, I spent a few long moments pulling my coat over my shoulders. I mean, I gotta be dressed fly while I go out and numbly walk the streets. But just then, a gentle knock comes from the door, followed by my supposed senior entering the room. Well, your glasses are back on. I thought they were just for show. This is a look. We don't normally see this look. This is a rare senpai. She hurries to my bed. I take a second to observe her in silence. Yeah, that's what I said. Oh, she looks so proud of it. She chuckles softly at the dumb joke. It's nice. She's still the same old Ciel we met like twice in the first part of the game. Even after she told me she disappeared from my life, she still came to save me. She may be strong enough to go toe-to-toe with Roa, but the rest of her is still unchanged. This would probably be also confusing if you... Also, again, the French music, oh my god. This would be kind of confusing if you were like me and intentionally avoided her. I don't know. I feel like it's strange that they removed her from the plot and they're still going with the, yep, still the same old Ciel, right? Mind you, it is thanks to the gaslighting, but...
いい加減次は見捨てますから覚悟していてくださいね。
Huh? She's talking about our conversation at the site of the wreckage. She must have saved me some other time without me even noticing it. Yep, that was the one time. It was not one of Noelle's nails that saved us with Vlov.
そっか。2回目だったんだ。わかった。覚悟しとくよ。次は必ずやられる前にやることにする。
Ciel stares me down.
遠野くん、もしかしてまだ懲りてないんですか？
懲りてないも何も、俺は被害者だよ。あっちから問答無用でやってきたんだ。懲りるも何もないだろう。
The lesson is never get caught sleeping. Always be worried that someone might jump you.
それはそうですけど、遠野くん、やる気満々じゃないですか。
I let Ciel's comment pass in silence. I'm not sure what sort of face I'm making, but I do know I've got no intention of resting here when I could be taking action.
先輩、質問していいですか？
嫌です。と言っても、遠野くんには通じないようですね。いいですよ。それで遠野くんがおとなしくしてくれるなら安いものです。
Ciel takes a seat in the same chair that Akia was sitting in before. I like how you can almost tell she's sitting in the chair backwards. Like, just from her angle. She flipped that chair around and is sitting backwards in it. What a character detail. Writing, add that to the wiki. You know? I was so certain she'd refuse me, but here she is. I still don't understand her at all.
マリオも来ているんですか？あと、ノエル先生は？
先生は自宅療養中です。マリオでしたら下でアキハさんと交渉中ですね。今後の対策の打ち合わせと、まあ急所の探り合いでしょうか。
Huh. Mario's downstairs negotiating. They're talking about the details, but they're looking for weaknesses. Oh, dang. Oh, wow. The politics. Ciel speaks dispassionately. Mario and Ciel might be connected through the church, but it seems there's no love lost between them.
じゃあ聞きます。さっきのやつがロアなんですね。
はい。あれが今代のロアの転生体です。7年前に遠野くんの命を略奪した遠野式。そのあたりの事情はアキハさんに聞きました？
ああ、聞いた。なんだ先輩、アキハと仲良くなったの？
ええ、嫌われてますよ。アキハさんは異端狩りという私の仕事も嫌いなら、私自身のことも気に食わないそうです。
You are kind of foreigners invading her turf, so.
ですね、並大抵の嫌われようじゃありません。この件が片付き次第、殺し合いをするのも辞さない感じです。
Ciel says something quite alarming with an eerily casual smile.
そっか。まあ、それは置いておいて。
Yeah, that's... We'll deal with that later.
話はロアに戻るんだけど、奴の住処はうちの学校だったんですか？
ロアの隠れ家は他にも複数あったようですが、現在あの校舎を根城にしているのは間違いないようですね。アルクエイドがロアの死者たちを残らず排除した結果、自分から動き出したんだと思います。
In other words, Arquid hasn't found him yet. Which means I can still stand a chance of catching her in time.
遠野くん？
あ、いえ、考え事をしてました。けど、
I don't know if we've ever gotten an answer for this.
住処にしてるんですか？
Is it just the irony?
そもそもあれは本当にロアなのかな？なんか聞いていたのとイメージが違いすぎて。
Yeah, he had like tribal tattoos? It's kind of weird.
そのイメージというものが間違いですね。ロアは転生する吸血鬼。その時の姿や性格、思考性が変化するのは当然です。いいですか、遠野くん。ロアが転生先に選んだ肉体はロアとは別の人格、人間として育ちます。知性が十分に育たなければロアは己を発揮できませんから。そうして一個人として成長した人間の全てを苗床にして、 ロアは姿を現します。
Don't like the word seedbed. Don't like it. Ew, it's gross.
よりしろがロアに変身するのではなく、ロアの思想をよりしろが受け継ぎ、新しいロアになると考えてください。ですのでロアとして覚醒した後も、その代のロアの行動原理は肉体に沿うものになりがちです。
肉体に影響される。じゃああいつは間違いなく四季の考え方を持ったロアということなんですか。
Again, I don't dig the tribal tattoos. I'm very happy those are gone most of the time.
半々の状態といったところでしょうか。転生先となった塔の四季の意識は7年間専盲状態だった。だから四季本人の自我が弱い時、思想はオリジナルの初代ロアのものに近くなる。あれが転生者ロアであると同時に吸血鬼四季として活動していたのはそのためです。こんなケースはロアの歴史の中でも珍しいことでしょうね。ある意味ロアという人物はもう存在しないんです。あそこにいるのは永遠という事柄、不老不死を求める脅迫観念に過ぎません。
We're still calling him Michael because it's funny.
厄介なのはその脅迫観念に意志と歴史、積み重ねた魔道の知識があるということ。ロアは不老不死の探求を続けられるのなら、自分が何をしようと構わない。四季本人の意志、四季の欲求を止めることはしません。むしろ欲望の達成を手助けするでしょう。よりしろの確執が消えれば、思想は完全にロアだけのものになりますから。
四季本人のやりたいこと。
はい、おそらく彼はアルクエイドから隠れることより、遠野くん、あなたの殺害を第一としていたはずです。
Pretty singular, choice, but I mean, been 7 years in a. I mean, if things are the same as the original, 7 years in an underground jail cell, it would kind of make you do that.
四季の目的が俺の殺害って
そうですね。言いにくいことですが、当の四季にとってあなたは自分を殺した人だからだと思います。
殺されたのはこっちの方なのに。あべこべですよ、それ。
He's like, "You're just stupid."
でも遠野くんは生きている。そして四季は殺されてしまった。その結果、あなたは遠野四季になってしまったでしょう。四季は遠野の身内たちの手によって処罰された後、奇跡的に蘇生しました。
I mean, that's fair. That
その後に自分の家に戻っても、
if you've been
彼の
erased
居
from
場所はなくなって
society,
いたんです。
you're dead, right? That counts.
遠野家の長男はきちんと生きていて、
If you've been
妹の
replaced,
明葉さんと暮らしていたんですから。
you are effectively dead. It's true.
ある意味、あなたは遠野四季という人物を殺してしまったんです。彼の帰る場所をあなたが全て奪ってしまった。
You hit him with the Olaf Frozen Japanese voice actor. If you know, you know.
遠野牧久によって幽閉されていた四季が自分として暮らしていたあなたにどんな感情を抱くかは分かりやすすぎるぐらいです。
四季にとって俺は自分の名前を使って塔の四季になりすましている。
はい、四季は何よりもあなたを憎んでいたんだと思います。
It's not like I'm all too happy with the arrangement we wound up with either, but I suppose that wouldn't matter much to Shiki. To him, I'm just some despicable fraud. The man who stole his place in the world. And it's not like his resentment faded with time. Rather, he spent the past 7 years nurturing it and letting it fester. Yeah. Looking at it this way, of course he wants to kill me.
でもさ、殺されたのは俺の方なんだ。
遠野、
He's not the only one who got robbed of his existence. 7 years ago, I would have been 10, and that 10-year-old me has been completely erased. How to know anything from before then? I don't have any memories of my childhood. It's not like I long to meet my real parents, but everything I might have held dear no longer exists. I don't even know my old last name. Shiki, the child I once was, is gone without a trace.
遠野くん、憎しみで戦おうとするのはいけないことです。
I mean, you say that, but it's a pretty good fuel. It's got good mileage. Throw that in the engine, and you're going for a while. It burns hot. Ciel chides me, perhaps sensing something worrisome in my idle murmuring. I would say, if there he is on the bed, just, muttering to yourself, yeah, I'd be worried too. I'm afraid her concern is misplaced. I'm not gonna kill him out of hatred. I'm gonna kill him out of,
憎しみはないんですか？
全くないわけじゃないけど、それはただあるだけの話です。それとは関係のないところでロアは放っておけない。放っておくと一人とんでもない無茶をするやつがいる。だから俺も急がないと。最後まで手伝うってあいつと約束したんだから。
That's right. I don't have time to rest up here. Not when she's been bearing her pain with a smile this entire time.
わかりません。
That's a good
どう
face.
してそこまで彼女に肩入れするんですか？アルクエイドは吸血鬼です。遠野くんとは違うものじゃないですか。
それも関係ないですよ。俺はアルクエイドだから肩入れするんです。仮にあいつが人間だろうと怪獣だろうと。
Oh, he did say kaiju. Okay, he did say that. Actually, I shouldn't call her that. She'd sulk up a story if she heard. Sulk up a storm, rather.
人魚だろうと結果は変わらない。
Mermaid. Okay.
それぐらい。
We don't have that one.
そのものに惚れてるんです。
We don't have that one. At least as far as I'm aware. Staring straight into Ciel's eyes, I declare my feelings for Arquid. Oh, blushy. She's like, oh my. She quickly clasps her hands over her cheeks, which are flushing red for some reason.
はあ、あくまで彼女に協力すると言うんですね。
Of course. Which is why I'll head for the school the second my body allows it. There's a chance that Arquid could find Roa and become embroiled in battle. The instant she does, her safety is no longer guaranteed. It's dubious how much help I can offer in my current state, but it's still better than letting her go it alone.
無理ですね。たとえ遠野くんが満足に動けたところで、今の彼女ではロアには対抗できません。
対抗できないって、どうしてそう断言できるんですか、先輩。
単純な足し算ですから。彼女は一度決壊した吸血衝動を抑えて活動している。そのために能力はさらに低下し、ロアの半分にも満たないでしょう。遠野くんの力はロアの半分もありませんから、遠野くんが協力したところでロアには太刀打ちできません。
Yeah, but what if I stab him real good?
そもそも彼女は死にかかっています。能力が弱っているのに自分の衝動を抑えつけている。私たちで言うのなら、肺が潰れているのに動き回っているようなものです。
What the hell? She's dying? How? I knew she was suffering, but it never seemed like she was anywhere near that bad.
もちろん、それは吸血衝動を抑えなければ回復できるものです。楽になりたいのなら人間の血を吸えばいい。けれどアルケイドは二度と人の血は吸わないでしょう。だからロアを追いかける限り、彼女は自分から死に近づいているんです。
ふざけるな、そんなの。
I jump from the bed. Oh, and there I go. And immediately collapse to the ground. It's not even a graceful fall. Instead, I hit the ground like a discarded piece of trash. It's so pathetic, it makes me want to curl up and die. Arquid is out there, pushing herself against the world, and I'm too frail to even walk.
無茶はしないでください。傷自体は合ってないようなものですけど、遠野くんの生命力は空っぽなんです。ロアの今代の転生体、 式の能力でしょう。あなたはナイフで刺されただけでごっそりと命そのものを削り取られたんです。
命。
生命を活動させる動的な結合力、平たく言えばエネルギーですね。生きている限り動的な結合力は作り出されますけど、その蓄積量は個人差があるんです。一人の体から取り出せる生命力は無尽蔵ではなく限度がある。蓄積している生命力を一瞬にして奪われたら、その個体は生命活動を停止するんです。
Life force. The thing that sets someone in motion. Health points.
それは物を生かしている。
Yeah, I don't think Shiki plays many video games, unfortunately.
そうですね。厳密に言うと死ではありません。ガソリンが切れてしまったから動かなくなる。エンジンは壊れていないんですから、エネルギーさえ戻ればまた走り出せます。
Ciel moves to stand me up and let me back down on the bed.
もう横にはならない。
No, I think you, buddy, if you can't move, you're definitely not standing. You are going to be lying down.
もう自分一人じゃ立ってられない人が何を言ってるんですか？
Yeah, if you can't stand up, you can barely sit up. You are going to be lying down.
横になるのが嫌でしたらこうしてください。
With a forceful push, Ciel has me sit on the bed. The act of sitting is enough to send my breathing into disarray. Frick. I'll never make it to school at this rate. Even if I could find Arquid, I'd only slow her down.
いいんですよ。遠野くんはもう戦わなくて、ロアのことならあと数日もあれば決着がつきますから。
I don't like those words, Ciel. Those are the words of a school shooter, Ciel. Why are you saying that?
決着って。
Yeah, what do you mean?
ロアの転生体が特定できましたから、法王町、私たちの本拠地ですけど、そこに要請が通ります。
Are they not going to call it the Vatican anymore? I wonder.
今回はマーリオもいますし、3日もあれば十分な数の代行者が送り込まれますから、ロアはそれでおしまいです。
Oh, is that his like last arc in Type Lumina? There is just him summoning enough of them to go to town. Okay.
結局また同じことの繰り返しになりますけど、とりあえずそれで今代のロアは処理できます。
I just like to believe that, like, the reason it's 3 days is it's just the time when the flight's cheapest. Like, the church is, if anything but frugal, so, just like, well, that's the best time, so. 3 days. Wait, 3 days?
そんなもの待ってられない。今夜にでもアルクエドはロアとやり合うかもしれないんだ。だったらそんなもの何の意味もないじゃないか。
I force my power into my legs. Somehow masking my ragged breathing, I get up from the bed.
先輩、俺のナイフどこだ？
私が預かってますけど、あなたに渡すと思いますか？
思わないけど、人のものを取り上
That's
げないでほしい。
stealing, which is against the commandments.
確か
Oh my god.
盗むべからず
I made the joke and it's real. He literally told her, "Thou shalt not steal." Ciel takes the knife out of her habit with a resigned sigh.
この担当は遠野くんのですからお返ししますけど。
She's like, "Alright, you quoted the commandments on me. I can't do anything about that."
学校に戻るつもりなんですか？
何度もそう言ってる。アルクエドがロアを見つける前に俺が。
Put an end to him. If Shiki is after my life, then we'll wind up clashing one way or another. If so, I should go there and kill him myself to protect Arquid.
そんな体でですか？やっぱりわかりませんね。あなたがそこまで彼女にこだわる理由、聞かせてください。それを聞かせてくれるのなら、私はもう止めませんから。
I really, really hope it gives us a choice and we have to choose why we like her. It's the same question as before. Sending strength my trembling knees, I reaffirm my resolve that I might instill them with the strength to burst out of here.
俺は
Say it, buddy. Why do I want to help her? Because I like her? Because it's fun to be around her? I'd just be lying to myself if I said that. There's one far more deep-rooted reason, one which trumps everything else.
あいつ一人だからさ。なんかほっとけないんだ。多分理由はそんなものだよ。
嘘です。そんなことで自分の命をないがしろにはできません。真面目に答えてください、遠野くん。そんな理由じゃ私は納得できません。
いや、本当に理由はそんなことなんだ。あいつは今まで一人で楽しいことがいっぱいあるってことも知らなくて、ずっとバカみたいに一人だった。
Sorry, one more time?
ずっとバカみたいに一人だった。
He said the meme song.
そんなのは寂しすぎるだろ。そんな意味のない人生俺は許せない。だから
That's why I just wanted to show her that this world has so much going on, even if the majority is pointless crap. Learning all about it, experiencing it for yourself is the joy of living. It's a truth so simple, even children understand it.
ただ教えてやりたかった。あいつはあんなに楽しそうに笑っていたけど、そんなのは誰にでも手に入れられるものなんだって。世の中にはもっとつまらない悩みなんて消し飛ぶぐらい楽しいことがあるんだって。当たり前のことを当たり前のように感じられるように、あいつを幸せにしてやりたかった。
My desire doesn't come from sadness. It's a simple, honest wish from the bottom of my heart. I want her to be able to smile always, because there's nothing I find more radiant, more lovely, more beautiful.
だってそうだろう。あいつは今まで救われなかった分、その何倍も幸せにならなくちゃいけない。帳尻は合わせないと嘘だ。だいたいあいつが一人で亡くなる方法なんて簡単すぎる。そんなことで悩んでるとかバカみたいだ。
Oh, he said it again. Yeah, it's a piece of cake. All she needs is someone she can talk to, and the freedom to do what she wants.
きっとさ、それは誰にだってしてやれることなんだ。他の誰でもあいつを幸せにすることはできる。
I don't know, I think you alone have a few special qualities that she
だ
likes.
から確かに
Because there
俺がこんなみ
are
っともない体で
other people who
こんな風にやってにな
tried,
る必要はない。
and they didn't work
他の
out.
誰にだってあいつを一人で亡くすことができるんだから。
I know. I know it all too well, but I'm not doing this for some logical reason.
ダメなんだ。他の誰かになんて任せられないし、このままあいつと別れることなんてできない。俺にはもうあいつ以外にいないんだ。
In this route. That's just the kind of bastard I am. I'd already given up on so many things. I could have died like a dog and not cared. Yet now I desire something so much, it's like I'm a different person.
アルクエイドを愛してる。
Dang. Just saying it outright, out loud for everyone to hear. As a man, I'm in love with everything about
で
her.
もそれ以上に俺は自分の手であいつを幸せにしてやりたい。このままであいつに消えてほしくない。今はただそれだけなんだ。
I forgot just how, like, weak she is through this. Yeah, that's all it is. I care more about Arquid than I do my own life. She's the sole purpose for which I was granted these eyes. I can say that with absolute certainty.
他の誰でもですか。 バカなこと言わないでください。他の誰にもできませんよ。だって、そんなことを言えるのは世界中で遠野くんだけみたいですから。
Ciel sighs deeply and shrugs her soldiers? Shrugs her shoulders in exasperation.
先輩。
ちょっと頭にきちゃいました。
She can't be too mad. She knows her roots next.
彼女、もう十分幸せじゃないですか。
She wears a cynical smile, but her tone is gentle. Suddenly, I hear a noise from the window. Wait. Uh-oh. The scraping of branches and twigs.
驚かないでいいですよ。彼女が立ち去っただけですから。さっきからおかしな違和感があったんですけど、やっぱりそうだったんですね。
Ciel glances toward the window.
ロアより遠野くんの方を優先してきてたなんて、彼女らしくないですけど。まあ、これでロアの方を優先しているようでしたら、私がとどめを刺しに行きますが。
なんでアルクエドが俺の部屋なんかに来るんだよ。
遠野くんがロアにやられたから心配で見に来たんでしょう。
But he's like, I love her, and then is shocked when she also likes him.
私たちの話に聞き耳を立てていて、たった今ロアのところに行っちゃいましたけど。
行ったってどうして？
当たり前じゃないですか。あんなこと聞いちゃったら、私だって同じ行動をとります。
Yeah. Yeah.
羨ましいけど、同じぐらい哀れですね。
だからどうして？
Maybe bro shouldn't have yapped so much.
遠野くんはアルクエドを助けたい。けどアルクエドは遠野くんを巻き込みたくない。なら答えは一つです。さて、これで諦めがついたでしょ。遠野くんがどう頑張ったところで彼女には追いつけません。ですから、あとは私たちに任せて、
ふざけるな！
Oh, there he goes. In a fit of rage, I grab at her collar. The short burst of movement is enough to get my head spinning, but I ignore the
こ
dizziness.
うなると分かって俺に理由を聞いたのか？
いいえ、私、遠野くんが彼女をそういう風に見てたなんて知りませんでした。確かに、これは私の失策です。
Even so, her expression doesn't change. Her gaze is perfectly calm as I cling to her collar. This is pointless. Markwood is already on her way. I've got more important things to do than blame Ciel.
彼女の後を追う。連れて行け。
そんな体の人の脅迫を聞くと思っているんですか？
Of course not.
知るか。言うことを聞かないなら、ここでめちゃくちゃに暴れてやる。
Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. I sure hope you're not going to say the thing that I really objected to you saying in the original. Her expression crumbles. The stern face from before is replaced by one of quiet astonishment as she looks away and ponders for a moment. After a few seconds, Ciel breathes another heavy sigh.
その提案は魅力的ですけど、仕方ありません。私の失策でもありますし、乗りかかった船ですから、こうなったら終着までお付き合いします。
Okay, I think the moment is in Ciel's route mostly. I don't remember, but I think we avoided the gamer moment. That's good. Cause that was a part of the route that I really was like, oh, and I think there was a lot of people who got to that line and were like, okay, I think I'm done with Tsukihime, which is fair when that comes up, because this is meant to be the protagonist, but this does feel like this Shiki does feel a bit different. He doesn't feel as gamer, let's say. Ciel peels my fingers off her collar and comes around to my side.
それじゃあ連れて行ってあげますから、おとなしくしていてくださいね。
Am I being carried again? Oh, yeah, well, okay. I don't even have the time to be confused. Ciel picks me up, cradling me in her arms.
明葉さんに見つかると止められますので彼女と同じ方法でいきましょうか。
This is a perspective.
はい、ちょっとシエル先輩。
There's a soft thud as she steps onto the windowsill. And a split second later, we leap out into the night. Well. All right. So I have no clue how much they're going to extend the final fight. So I'm going to say, note Journey's End. All right. That's a good place to call it. Next time, guys, Journey's End. We will be possibly getting closer to finishing up. I don't know. And I don't even know if there's multiple endings either. That's something I completely forgot about. So we'll have to see if we will be doing multiple endings for Arkwid, or if we're just going to go with the regular one. I could also see them just doing one, because it really, there's not much. I mean, I recall there being a bit of difference, but it was like the true ending was depressing and the good ending was good but non-canon, right? I don't know. We'll see. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time for some more Tsukihime, A Piece of Blue Glass Moon. Ciao.
Yo.